joining us.
This meeting is being recorded.
Sorry to interrupt. I forgot I did that.
No problem. So we'll call the meeting to order. It's 5:32. The first item on the agenda is comments from citizens present. Is there anybody who would like to speak? You can have 3 minutes. I don't see anyone on here who would need to. Does anybody want to? Is anyone calling in? Seeing none, I will close that portion of the meeting. Next to the approval of the minutes of our last meeting.
Katie, I will make a motion to approve minutes.
I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed?
Is it just weird that there's only like two of us that are talking and voting?
Yeah, this is very different. Yeah.
Yep. No.
You kind of never get used to it. And we didn't have any discussion on that. So on to licenses and permits. Under that heading, number 1, a review of the proposed changes to the Good Neighbor Festival parade route.
And I guess I can lead that one. So there had been some concerns, obviously, with current events actually dating back a number of years for the route on University Avenue. From the police department perspective, just the inability for us to adequately control University Avenue traffic and the security of the people who are in the parade and attending it. So we had suggested it being moved after a meeting with Katie was involved in, City Administrator Brian Gatto, police department representatives, GNF representatives. The decision was to move it to Franklin Avenue, which is of course a block north of University. So the route is now proposed to be on Franklin from Branch to Parmenter, and then north of Parmenter to basically Lee Street or through the roundabout on Parmenter Street. So the only difference is no longer on University Avenue, it's on Franklin, and then the remainder of the route is the same on Parmenter Street. So there's, and Matt, I guess you can answer this more clearly. I reviewed the ordinance. There's nothing that specifically says if there's any significant changes to an event that it needs to come back to LNO. All it says is that there has to be a recommendation from the chief of police after review, and that LNO approves or denies events. It's obviously been approved. There has been a significant change in consultation with Katie and Brian Gatto. The decision was to put it back on the agenda just for a review.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't go back and look through the ordinance to see whether, I know we don't have any specific language in there, but I think we review it, and I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt to have the review and give a formal approval of it, right? Regardless.
So that's kind of where we're at. Like I said, it was a safety concern, and this is a compromise between the public safety end of things and the GNF board. So. And then the only difference here is, of course, that it saves on significant staffing of locations all the way up to Allen Boulevard and then to the west up to Cayuga Street. But we think we can more adequately control that section of the parade route if it's on Franklin Avenue. So that's where we're at, and Branch Street would be the staging area.
And an update as of 1 hour ago, every house on Franklin Avenue has received an informational flyer. So they know basically what you just explained to us. And I think that the response so far has been pretty good. Does anybody else have anything on that? Do we need to do any kind of vote on this?
Well, I think it's probably not a bad idea to vote on the approval. I mean, it is a significant change to what had already been approved. So,
okay.
I'll make a motion then to approve the new parade route.
And I will second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. On to, I think we can combine numbers 2 and 3, if I'm not mistaken. Application for a special event permit by St. Bernard Parish, John Winter, contact person for the St. Bernard's Parish Picnic on September 11th, 2022 at Lakeview Park. And application for an outdoor amplified sound permit by John Winter for St. Bernard's Parish, 2015 Parmenter Street, Middleton, Wisconsin, for sound system 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. September 11, 2022 for the St. Bernard's Parish Picnic.
I will move approval.
There you go.
I'll second. Any discussion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? It is approved. On to numbers 4 and 5. Again, I think we can do these, right? Application for a special event permit by the Downtown Middleton Business Association, Andrea Van Ness, contact person for the 2022 Sip and Stroll on September 22, 2022 in downtown Middleton. And application for temporary Class B retailer's license to sell wine by Downtown Middleton Business Association, 1834 Parmenter Street, Andrea Van Ness, president, for September 22, 2022, for September 22 to September 2022 Sip and Stroll using approved plan DMBA 2.
Jeremy,
Yeah,
did they
so-
do this last year?
I think, well, Laura would answer. It was canceled, I think, last year.
I
wasn't
think
it?
so, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe, Jessica, correct me if I'm wrong, but the last one was the 2019. And I should also, so this used to be called the DMBA Spring Wine Walk and Fall Wine Walk, and it's kind of been revamped into the Sip and Stroll. But I think 2019 was the last one.
I actually have recorded 2018, but I
Oh,
could be
Oh, wow.
incorrect
Okay.
on that. It
saw
was,
something on-
and you could be, there's a new board that took over, and then with COVID, obviously, we didn't pursue having it until now.
Mhm.
but yeah, it has been an annual event over the years, and they did provide a list of participating locations. Each location will have a temporary operator's license for their bartender. Most of have already been applied for or will be applied for. And Andrea has plans to provide that updated list as the event gets closer with the license number and expiration dates. Of the 22 locations, 2 are already, Breeks and Grapewater already have their a license to sell wine, so they are not included in that.
Got it.
And just as a little bit of a follow-up to that, I guess, and we've done this in the past, and in years past anyway, that the license or the event has been approved contingent upon like all of these locations having a licensed bartender present there.
Okay. Is that what you would prefer, Jeremy, in terms of a motion?
Yes.
Yep. Then I will make that motion.
And I will second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the ayes have it. So that is it for licenses and permits. On to ordinances. Number 1 under ordinances, an ordinance to prohibit left turns from Century Avenue onto Old Creek Road.
I can just provide a little bit of history on this. That referral date is actually accurate. It was in 2017. It apparently
wow.
fell through the cracks from Public Works. Sean thinks it just probably didn't get sent to L&O. That was before my time on here, obviously. But so long story short, it was based on the traffic study for the apartment complex, whose name escapes me at this point, in the 6700 block of Century Avenue on the north side of the road there, the new one. I think it's Conservancy Bend or something similar.
Yep.
So it was no left turn from Old Creek onto Century Avenue. He said it was initially proposed to them, or based on the traffic study, it was for basically morning and evening rush hours. The Public Works Commission was concerned about people having to look at a sign, then look at their clock or their watch and being more distracted. So their recommendation was just outright prohibiting left turns from that location. So like I said, it apparently fell through the cracks, but it's here now. So there's the history.
Is it really too much to ask for people to look at a watch or a clock?
I don't know. It's one of those, like we've kind of talked about it here, and this is of course the recommendation. I don't have any issues with it. Now you could argue, is there that big of an issue on Saturday or Sunday or at 10 o'clock at night or 2 o'clock in the morning? But this is the recommendation before us, referred to us by Public Works Commission.
Okay.
Old Creek. I'm trying to think, is that one between?
It cuts between Pheasant Branch Road and Century Avenue, yeah.
Okay.
And this separates the 67 and 6600 blocks there.
Is that, and
Go ahead.
so if you turned left into the Middleton Hills Shopping Center, you could get where you're going instead of turning left onto Old Creek Road. Is that
correct? So you'd basically have to take Pheasant Branch runs into Frank Lloyd Wright. Frank Lloyd Wright runs into Century. So yes, you'd basically, that would be the workaround, is you have to go around to the lights up there and turn left.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. That's 4 lanes of traffic, right? Or 3?
Well, there's there's a turn lane on Frank Lloyd Wright at Century Avenue for the southbound, or I guess technically westbound traffic. And then for both directions there, and then Century Avenue is obviously 4 lanes there.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. What do you think, Luke?
Yeah, it seems a little excessive, but in the interest of being a good partner with Public Works, I say we can, I'm okay with it.
Okay. I will move approval of the ordinance to have no left turn onto Oak Creek from Century Avenue.
I shall second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, motion passes. That's all we have on the schedule, guys.
Should we just talk for a little while? It's the season.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Is it gonna feel bad if we say goodbye too soon?
I don't think so.
That's just running a good meeting.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's efficiency there, Katie. That's
And
efficiency.
this is not a record though. We're still probably about, I'd say maybe as much as 6 minutes off the.
Really? I
world
have to
record
learn
Illinois
how to, I have to
Something to
learn
shoot.
how to read the agenda items more quickly.
Something to shoot for September.
That's right.
I would say if only our city council meetings could move this efficient.
Indeed, indeed. Okay, well,
Be
I
careful,
will,
though. City council will refer everything to.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
exactly. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I will second. All in favor of adjourn?
Aye.
And
Right.
we are adjourned, everyone.
Have a great night,
Thanks,
everybody.
guys.
See y'all.
Enjoy the evening.
You too.